My name is Derek, and I'm a sound designer, a music producer, general audio creative, and audio engineer.
You can give us some edge.
I mostly work with high-end audio companies developing their sounds and presets for various synthesizers and other things. I work with Slate Digital, Kilohertz, Cornif Audio, Cherry Audio, Reason, InMusic, AirTech, a bunch of different professional audio companies. So my experience with the VeRelief Mini and the VeRelief Prime have been pretty substantial. A targeted ad rolled into my Instagram feed one day, and I had since been dealing with a lot of anxiety. A lot of us creatives have, unfortunately, some sort of issue or uncomfortability that comes along with being in our line of work, kind of hyper-creative line of work. It's just part of it. And so we often experience depressions, anxieties, bipolars, all these kinds of things that I guess can, in one way or another, fuel creativity. But my experience with both of the devices has been really great. The Mini is great, and you'll probably notice that mine's modified. I'll get the story about that later. I mean, it's wonderful. It's immediately calming. Triggering the vagus nerve from the outside is such a great idea to try to jumpstart the parasympathetic nervous system in terms of being stuck in a fight or flight, or just feeling angsty, or any number of mental loops you can't seem to get out of. It's really great for that. Mini is obviously smaller than this one, and it's great to carry around, stick in your gym bag or wherever you have it, luggage, carry on. And the Prime it's just so unique because of it's got way bigger electrodes, or contacts, or whatever you want to call them. And so it immediately triggers a much bigger area, and it does so almost smoother in a way. The increase in surface area contact to your skin makes it really feel like it's got a smooth calmness to it that this one, while it absolutely does the same thing, the thicker contacts on this really play a huge role in how this is perceived by your body, I've come to find. It's wonderful, and you can change patterns. Just hold them down, above them, and it'll do a different pattern, so that's pretty cool. I would say that these devices are far more immediate than any of the rest of the mindfulness practices, medications, substances, or other relaxation techniques have been, in my experience. Now, it's not to say those things won't work. Obviously they will. They just take a little bit longer. I think these things are great to use in tandem with whatever your doctor has prescribed, whatever your therapist has prescribed, and use them alongside of doing breathing exercises or mindfulness techniques. And I think it can just be a real booster, something you can immediately feel, which is what we're always looking for when we're trying to feel better, when we're trying to get rid of fight or flight, anxiety, calming the body back down. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, and you want it to go away right away. So that would be what I think the best comparison is. Not so much a comparison, but a use in conjunction with things you've already been doing. The main benefit I found personally with the VeRelief, especially the Prime, is, again, the immediacy with which it takes hold of your system and helps you calm down. Activating and or stimulating just at all the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic nervous system is just such an ingenious idea to try to kind of brute force that system to kick on so that you can start calming down rather quickly, as opposed to the amount of time it can take other substances or medications, mindfulness techniques, that kind of stuff. The ability to just pick it up and just have it with you, just on the go, just use it wherever you are. And it doesn't even look that strange. Like if you're on a bus or you're on a train or something, you're just sitting there, like, as long as I don't have this is my thing though. Like I have this tethered. You may not have the same problem. You're sitting there like this, you're having an issue, like, no one's gonna notice, no one's gonna question, especially if you're using the Mini. So that's pretty cool. It's discreet. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Anyone that is struggling with anxiety or feelings of uncomfortability in any capacity, up or down or whatever, these things are great for an immediate jump start to making yourself feel better quickly, which has been a really, really wild thing to experience, because short of using substances, illicit or otherwise, people self-medicating with medication or self-medicating with illicit substances, those work very quickly, but almost not as quick as this. This is probably the fastest to start feeling better quickly. The feeling is so unique and intense and strange in a way that, at the very least, it is a great distraction from whatever you're thinking about or feeling. Not that that's all it's doing, it's not, but at the very least, that's certainly something that'll work. I really just like the larger electrodes, the larger surface area it can hit in your vagus nerve, and just the change in patterns. That's such a cool feature. Now it's just like, tapping as opposed to like a constant swell or something like that. That's very cool. And anybody that does TENS therapy will be used to this kind of device and these kinds of patterns that have different uses, especially in sports medicine or therapy for muscular therapy or something like that. So it's just really unique. And it turns off when you put the cap on, so don't lose the cap. Which actually brings me to the last bit. That's why I put this tether on here. So it comes with, I don't know if you guys can see this, 2 little holes there and 2 at the bottom. Usually comes with that. This is the Prime. The Mini, this one for whatever reason just did not at the bottom. So I had to drill a hole in it and I drilled through the battery. It worked fine for a little while and then it stopped working and I wonder why. So I contacted them and they were very nice, but they were like, hey, we can't warranty this. You modified it and drilled through the battery. They were like, however, we can fix it if you'd like to do a testimonial like this. And I was like, absolutely, I'd love to do that. I really like this product. I really believe in it. I think it's a great new approach to immediate anxiety relief, immediate attitude adjustment, for lack of a better term. And yeah, I'll absolutely do that. But do not go drilling holes in yours if you get one without a hole in the bottom, because they will not do that again, I'm pretty sure. I just got very lucky that they decided to help me out. But the whole reason I had to order another one of these, and this one didn't come with a hole, is because the one that we did have, I gave to my wife because she also has really bad anxiety. She went overseas early. We were getting married overseas, and she went overseas early to help shore up the rest of the bits and bobs that needed to get finished before the day. And she took hers with her. So I ordered another one. And that one, the one that I ordered, came without the hole in the bottom. Hers did, so hers was fine. You got the whole tether. So yeah, so I drilled through it. My experience with customer support was fantastic. They were the nicest guys ever. I talked to John and Luke and sent this one in. They got it, repaired for me, even amidst my idiocy with damaging it. But they were very, very nice. It was very easy to talk to them about what problems I was having with it and the modifications I had made to make sure that you don't lose the cap, because that's how it turns off. They were very kind to take the time to help me get it fixed, even though I stupidly damaged it. Anyways, I highly suggest either of these. Certainly the Prime over the Mini. Mini's easy to carry around, but this has way more features. It's way stronger, much better surface area connectivity to your skin. Actually, that's great. So yeah, I highly recommend the VeRelief Prime.